Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Heron's Haven podcast. Um, just getting straight to the point. This was literally the most boring game I've ever watched from Inter Miami. Literally, I like the first half like didn't exist to me. The first half was just nothingness. I was falling asleep. I was distracted. Like it was so boring. Ended up as a goalless draw. And yeah, no, it was just a completely boring. I don't know. It was literally the most boring game I've ever seen in my life, and there's just no other way to put it. Don't have really much to talk about for this game, honestly. But we do have some key points that I think I should bring up. But first off, before we do anything, let's go over the starting lineup as always. So in goal, obviously we have Mr. Drake Calendar himself, who took the captain's armband, obviously due to the absence of Lionel Messi. Um, then for the back four, we had the traditional back four being Negri, Freire, Aviles, and Chelo Weingant. Wait, why is this? Okay, no, it like glitched for a second. Anyways, then we had Benja, Sergio, and Gressel in the midfield with Robert Taylor, Luis Suarez, and Matias Rojas on the right wing, replacing Messi. Um, But yeah, no. So that was the back four. Like it was a solid starting 11, regardless of the fact that we didn't have Messi playing, and we had Matias Rojas starting with Robert Taylor. So those are two great attacking players. Matias Rojas has an amazing game last time out. So honestly, there was probably a lot of expectations and pressure on him. But regardless, it would have been, it was a solid team compared to a very struggling Orlando side. Um, but yeah, no, I honestly, in my opinion, it was a very disappointing result. I think it would have been even more disappointing if Messi was on the field. But the fact that, you know, Rojas didn't really contribute to anything. Robert Taylor went completely ghosted throughout the entire game. Gressel, there was nothing to be seen from him. It was just really, really boring. Like it was just a really, really boring game with nothing going on. There was a couple of chances here and there for both teams, honestly, but I never really felt like there was a real threat like in when it came to like attacking the net. Um, there was nobody ever in the box like ready to receive the ball like from a cutback. There were multiple times where like Negri or even I don't know, but mainly Negri would just like run down the wing. He would cut back to the edge of the box with the ball, and nobody would be there. There'd be like three players, like attacking players, by the goalkeeper in the penalty area, but then nobody at the edge of the area. So it was just really just poor positioning and just like yeah, like I said, no real threat. But I mean, a point on the road at the end of the day is not like the worst thing in the world. Like if you put it into perspective, playing away, like I always say, playing away from home in the MLS and in any league really is always very, very difficult. Especially if it's against your in-state rivals. There's always a lot of added pressure on there. So, um, you can't be too upset. But I think on paper we were the way better team. Um, and we definitely at least should have walked away with a 1-0 win, or just I don't know, but we should have walked away with 3 points here. I think, I think definitely by the way we played and by the way both teams played, it definitely matched the result. So I guess it was fair. Depends on how you look at it. Would this result be the same if Messi was on the field? I don't know. I normally don't do like too many hypothetical situations like that because I would think it's unfair to just say like, oh yeah, this team is nothing without Messi. Like, oh, this team can't win without Messi. But I mean, they held their own. Suarez was also extremely quiet. Suarez was literally. I even said like I made I don't know if I tweeted this, but I made the comment like while I was watching it with my parents. I was like, when Suarez got subbed off and whatever minute he got subbed off, it was like some point in like at halftime or at the second half. He like he looked pissed, right? He looked really really pissed coming off, but that was the most he ran all game, right? Like he literally the fastest he's ever ran ever literally was the moment he realized he was getting subbed off, and he sprinted to that freaking substitute, the touch line, to the halfway line. And yeah, and he looked mad when he got off, but like literally, like that was the most he ran. That was the fastest he's ever ran. And he didn't do anything the entire game. I'm pretty sure like his rating, like on like Footmob or whatever, I'm trying to look it up now, it was like the lowest rating of all of them, like of the rest of the players, even like from the bench. um but yeah, Suarez was very, very disappointing. I really expected more from him and Taylor, especially him, Taylor, and Rojas. Really, I expected a lot from them. I thought Bushi did well, as he always does. I think, honestly, I think the defense and the and like and Calendar did really, really well. Like Calendar made a lot of good saves, pretty crucial saves. I mean, there was a couple times where Orlando, not, I don't want to say threatened, because that sounds like a little bit like overselling it, but they definitely had some shots on goal that looked like they would be goals, and Calendar did a good job just stopping them. Um, but yeah, I think both teams played really, really poorly at the end of the day, and I think a result is a fair draw. A draw is a fair result. Excuse me. We saw Jordi Alba back for the first time since he's got injured in the 64th minute. He came on for Negri, and so it's just good to see him get some minutes back. So hopefully you will be able to see him more consistently back into the team, maybe even reclaiming that starting position. I don't know. I've been liking Negri in that left back spot. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he would move to a more attacking role in that left wing spot, but I highly doubt it, because we could really use the depth in that left back spot. Like, we could use definitely a substitute. So it's going to be tough competition between Negri and Jordi Alba. Especially because Negri has been doing so well in these recent games. Um, but yeah, no, it's yeah, no. I mean, David Ruiz also came on. Leo Campana came on for Suarez, which, I mean, he didn't really do much either, but it is what it is. Afonso also came on in the 80th minute, and then Kritsov came on, but in like the last like 5 minutes of the game. So I don't know. No matter what the substitutes did, honestly, for both teams, it was just a really, really bad game, and like there's really, really nothing else for me to say. I don't have any confirmation. Like I was trying to look up to see like how long Messi would actually be away for, but considering the fact that Copa America is literally right around the corner, like we're pretty much mid-May right now, and Copa America is literally starting in pretty much exactly a month from now. So wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play for the entirety of this month, and like just waits until like, or like he doesn't show up again until Copa America. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised about that. But yeah. Um, what's up in the chat? Sorry, I completely was disregarding chat earlier. So, Rojas was disconnected and not too much participation during the game. I absolutely agree. I think Rojas could have probably contributed more. And to be honest, Rojas was probably, even though Rojas didn't contribute too much, he was probably the one that contributed the most, which is really, really bad to say, because like he was probably the one. It was between him and, I don't know. I feel like he was the only one of the three attackers that was actually doing anything, but which is really bad because none of them did anything. Del Morva says, "Greetings, everybody. Rough game. Yeah, it was a pretty rough game, man. Terrible game. Clean sheet finally. I mean, I guess that's one. Now that you say that, I guess that's one positive that we took out from that game, that we actually kept the clean sheet after what, like 10 games of not like conceding. So we didn't concede, which is great, but we didn't win. I'm really glad that you brought that up, because I completely forgot about that. I genuinely forgot. Literally, the last time we didn't concede a goal, I'm trying to look it up. The last time we didn't concede, I'm pretty sure it was against Orlando too, and that was back in March. Yep. Yeah, that was back in that was March 2nd against Orlando when we won 5-0. That was the last time we didn't concede a goal. So, and here we are again, not conceding against Orlando, our biggest rival. So I don't know. Yeah, it was I don't know. I genuinely don't know what this, I mean, like I'm just hoping and assuming that it was an away game, it was against our rivals, that we just played a little bit off. I mean, I really don't want it. There's already people like I could already see it all over Twitter that people are like, "Oh my God, this team can't win without Messi. This team is nothing without Messi." And it's like I really hate those comments, man. Like those comments are the most annoying comments ever. But Rojas has a drop D. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of players had to rotate a lot. Like there was just a lot of rotation and shifting between everybody in different positions. But I think that it's not like something out of the ordinary. Like I feel like this is just typically how we play. Like it's just typically how um how everything like gets like goes together. I mean, like it's not like I feel like this was nothing new. Like nothing new happened tonight in terms of like positioning or just like player like formations and tactic. Like nothing really changed. We just put Rojas on the right and Robert Taylor on the left, and we started Cremashi over Ruiz. Um, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I honestly don't know. I really don't want to go to like the excuse of, yeah, Miami can't play without Messi, and like they can't win without Messi. They can't score goals without Messi because like I don't know. It's just really dumb that I mean, definitely Messi would have definitely helped, like having him on the team, having him in the starting 11. He would have connected more passes. Maybe he probably would have gotten a shot or off or two on target. Um, because I think honestly, in that entire game, I think we only connected like what, maybe like two shots on target, maybe. Um, Yeah, three. We connected three shots on target out of seven total shots, which is really, really bad. I mean, but they had it worse. They had 14 total shots, Orlando, and they had three on target. So they were definitely not like challenging. They definitely weren't a threat up top. I mean, neither team was. Neither a player was like an actual threat in front of goal. So but yeah, like I said before, the defense was solid. I thought we did well defending. I thought Calendar did really well in terms of saving the shots that did come to him. Um, and so yeah, so I guess for the approach that I guess we took the game, which is I guess more timid, more defensive, I guess you could say. Um, we did fine. I guess we achieved it. I think I don't know. Like it was definitely a more like cautious attempt. I feel like, um, literally, I think the most I've been all over Twitter tonight. Literally, the most entertaining thing that's happened tonight was the Raccoon storming the pitch at the NYCFC game versus DC. That was literally the most entertaining thing that's happened all night, which is actually very hilarious. And they caught an amazing picture that I'm not going to show because I don't want to get copyright hit. But there was an amazing picture of that somebody took of the Raccoon just like sprinting down the field, and it was just the most hilarious thing. And there's videos all over Twitter of this freaking Raccoon. Oh, did I say DC? I'm in Philly. My bad. And it's so, and people are just chasing it. Like it's just, they're just chasing it. Nobody wants to touch it because they're afraid of touching it. But yeah, no, I thought that was hilarious. So, but yeah, that was literally the most entertaining thing that happened all game. But anyways, back on topic. Back on topic. Yeah, they had more shots. We had the same amount of shots on target. We completed more passes. We had 515 passes and 90% completed. 10 fouls committed. There was a lot of fouls. They were playing pretty dirty that game. A couple of yellow cards flying out here and there. In terms of possession, we controlled possession 60%, which definitely felt that way. I feel like, in my opinion, like it definitely felt like we had more ball, more of the ball, which is why like I thought we would create more chances, but it just didn't seem that way. I mean, I don't know. I think they probably got more motivation because of the fact that Messi wasn't there. 58.7 possession of the possession. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it is. And they just rounded up to 59. Our opponents play better when Messi is not there. I think even without Messi, this team is solid. We have to believe that we can step up and win with who is on the pitch. And I 100% agree. I was saying this before the game, that on paper, like not during the, obviously when the rosters came out, when the lineups came out, And it was obviously confirmed that Messi wasn't going to start, which was anticipated even after I recorded my podcast this morning. Um, it like I said on paper, this is a no Messi, no problem situation. So we literally had Robert Taylor, Luis Suarez, Matias Rojas, Benja, Sergio, Gressel, and our regular back four and calendar. Literally, this is a solid team. This is literally on paper one of the best teams in the league. And this kind of team can put performances. They can put goals on the board. They can, excuse me, they can get wins on the board. And it's like, why, like, how can we not do that though? Like, how is this team not able to score against a struggling Orlando City side? This is probably the worst season that I've seen Orlando have in a while. They normally finish like pretty high in the table, but it's like I genuinely don't get it. Like, yeah, we don't have Messi, but I feel like with players like Benja, with Matias, with Robert Taylor, with Suarez, even with Gressel, like we have the creative players to just get the first of all get the ball up the field. We have the players that can get the ball up the field. We can connect the pass together, which the stats even show that we've connected the majority of our passes, but we just don't have. We just weren't threatening in front of goal, and that was just the main problem. But yeah, excuse me, mouth, my throat was just getting really dry. Anyway, um, Gressel had another bad match. Gressel. I think everybody respectively had a bad match. Luis Suarez had a terrible game, ghosted all game. Robert Taylor ghosted. Matias Rojas could have contributed a little more. He was probably the best one still out of all of them, out of all the attacking players, and he still didn't contribute enough. Gressel had a poor game. Um, Benja could have done a little more. Busquets did okay. Busquets did all right. He did his job. Busquets did what he had to do. The defense was solid. They did their job, and Calendar did his job. So it was just the attacking players that didn't do their job tonight, and that's something that we really have to work on. I feel like literally the team should just play without Messi on purpose. Like I feel like the team needs to really, really get accustomed to not playing with Messi because I feel like I don't want to say rely, but I'm going to use that word. I don't want them to rely on Messi for creative opportunities, whether that's goal scoring, whether that's getting the right pass to the right player at the right moment. Like I need, or Inter Miami needs to get creative on their own, to get into spaces and figure out the positioning on their own, whether that's on the attack or on defense. They need to be able to figure that out without Messi. And that's without Messi, that's without Suarez up top too. Like we don't have we shouldn't even have Alba. I mean, with just Busquets, who does a really good job at dictating the tempo, we should be able to create chances with Robert Taylor, with Leo Campana, with Matias Rojas, with Ruiz, with Benja, with Gressel. We should be able to create opportunities and become more threatening with just those players. Like we don't need Messi, we don't need Suarez, and we don't have to rely on them in order to create those chances and to be that threat in front of goal. So I'm just wondering when that's going to happen and when we're going to see that because they're proving the haters right. And I hate to admit this, but Inter Miami are proving the haters right as terms of yeah, they can't win without Messi. Um, they're proving them right because it's so far it's been true. It's been really true. The stats and everything shows like our record is better with Messi. Our goal contribution is better with Messi. Our passes are better like with Messi. Everything is better with Messi, and which is obviously it's gonna be better right with Messi, but that doesn't mean that we have to perform like terribly without him. So I don't know. I really hope that they could like just like get their act together and just like I would really like them to just try it to just purposely play without Messi, and then like Tata Martino would be like, hey guys, Messi's not gonna play with us for a couple of games. You guys need to figure this out. you guys need to be the threat in front of goal. You guys need to put the passes together, create the plays, find the spaces. Like, don't rely on Messi's just alienness to to create chances and to carry pretty much to literally carry. Um, I don't know. It's fine. Clean sheet at least and earned a point. A lose, yeah, a loss would have felt worse. If Messi was on the field today and we had this result, it would have been disappointing also. But I'm not going to be too upset with the tie. I just wanted to talk about that in terms of playing without Messi and how they really need to learn. This team really needs to learn how to play without Messi and without Suarez. And Campana really needs to get back into form. I think he needs more game time. He needs to get back into form. And even though Suarez has been doing great, they need to find a way to get Suarez is only going to be here for this season. Like at the end of this season, he's done. He's gone. And Leo is going to be here. Like Leo Campana is going to be here. So he's going to have to get more game time, especially towards the end of the season. I don't know, man. I mean, it's a very tricky situation. I'm gonna start wrapping it up though. It sure looks like they heavily rely on Messi because when he's on the pitch, everyone just looks for Messi. That's what I'm saying. So they look for him. They rely on him to make those passes, create those opportunities for the team. Bro, literally, it was not that long ago where he got 5 assists. He had 6 goal contributions in their 6-2 win against the Red Bulls. He literally had 5 assists and scored a goal. Um, yeah, it's not. It's just different. It's just a different mentality. He's also a motivation. Like he definitely is like a motivation booster. He definitely, it seems like he'll lift up the team. He becomes a great leader on that field. But somebody has to step up on that field, man. Whether that's Boosie, whether that's Gressel, because Gressel is also a team leader. Um, Somebody has to be there to motivate the guys to just get hyped and like actually start like winning and being start scoring goals. I mean, like they just can't be playing like this for too long, man. With Messi or not, they can't be playing like this. But anyways, I'm not gonna say any more. I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself. So we're just gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Heron's Haven podcast. This was the post-game reaction to Inter Miami versus Orlando, the Florida Classic, the Florida Derby, part two, honestly. 0-0 draw. Not the best, not the worst result without Messi. But anyways, next time we do have DC, and we'll talk about that more on Friday night. We'll talk about that on Friday night when I do my preview. And yeah, it's gonna be good. It's a home game, so it's gonna be lively. It's gonna be very lively. So yeah, we should be getting that win. Hopefully we do. This is where Martinez says Gaffer encourages his boys to step up. That's not gonna happen, bro. That's not gonna happen. Martinez, he's not gonna do that, bro. I'm telling you right now, he's not that kind of a manager. Let's get this one against D. Yes, sir. You said it, Ace Leo. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Get some sleep. You have an early morning tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. All right. Take care, guys.